win the game. And the moment I saw LeBron James rolling the ball, you know, they do the crap where you roll the ball on the ground trying to waste time. Yeah. You were doing that crap with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter in the game against the Bulls.
Yeah,
7 minutes left. Dude, what are you doing? You're not going to waste 7 minutes off the clock on one possession. And that just shows you the overall attitude that the Lakers had, which was, we got up by 15. We're better than this team. You're playing like front runners. Bottom line, playing like front runners. Oh, we're up. This team will just make mistakes on its own, and they'll just go away, whatever. And that same mentality, they got to get rid of that crap. I don't know where it came from. They were competing very hard prior to the LeBron James injury, but the walking energy, as I like to call it, where you think the other team's just going to bow down and go away, is not happening. Okay? Yeah. And they've been playing like that, and honestly, it's getting on my nerves. They played a lot better against the Grizzlies, but they did give the lead away because they also had a big lead in that game. Well, not big. Let's say 12, 15 points. They gave the lead back, and it was a lot closer in the fourth than it should have been, but they did make the plays down the stretch to get the job done. But again, they got to figure out a way to turn that, whatever that is, off. That walking energy. LeBron, you get on that floor. I've said this before. The team follows your energy, okay? If you're walking, they're walking, okay? You start settling for threes, nobody else can do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? And Luka's just joining the team, so he's not in a position yet to tell people what to do. Okay? But please, LeBron, lock in. I know you're growing hurts, but that doesn't mean you can't get a rebound or get to a defense, get your defensive coverages in order. We're not even asking you to score 30. Just, don't make the glaring mistakes and come with some energy. That's all. That's all I'm asking for.
I would say so. Too bad you guys lost to the Bulls twice in 2 weeks.
Yeah, this no.
One giving up an 81-point lead in this, or giving up 81 points in the second half.
Yeah,
I know, 81-point lead. I would have been like, God, was Kobe shooting around in this game?
Right.
81 points in the second half to the Bulls, and then what was it? 6 points in 12 seconds.
Yeah, the Bulls put up 44 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, like, you know what? Out of all the brain farts, out of all of that, let's put it to you like this: that is a very, very alarming alert if you're a Lakers fan, because your team is giving up. I mean, look, no lead is safe in the NBA. We know this nowadays because the amount of 3-point shots that are being taken, but you're giving up high 44 points in the fourth quarter. The first quarter is something else, but the fourth quarter, when the game matters the most, to give up 44 points to a team that doesn't have a lot of superstars outside of Kobe White, it's not good.
Any superstars.
That is just not good at all there.
No, it's absolute trashola. But thankfully they're on the mend, we'll say. They did get the win against the Grizzlies, which was extremely important to stay in the fourth seed, because at this point, with as many games as they lost, over the past couple of weeks, they're in danger. Everyone's in danger of sliding into that 7th seed if you're below the 4th seed.
Yep.
4th and down, there's a danger. With the way the Wolves are playing, with the way the Warriors are playing, with the way the Clippers have been playing, the Clippers have been on a pretty good run. You can't afford to lose 2 games in a row at this point.
No. So if you lose one, man, that better be the only one you lose this week, because with there's 8-9 games left in the league.
Yeah.
So, every game matters here. And when the Warriors and Lakers get together this coming Saturday, we may be a game or tied, depending on that. And right now, you guys own the tiebreaker. But if we win that game, then it's nullified.
Yeah. Well, let me look at the rest of the schedule. I think our schedule's pretty rough the rest of the season.
Yeah, it is.
But thankfully, we've got the Rockets, and then we have a nice long break. Well, now a couple of days off before we play the Warriors, who game is in LA, so this is a home game. So Warriors come to LA on the 3rd, and then we got the Pelicans. So, and then we play the Thunder 2 times in a row in Oklahoma City, twice. So those are the games I'm kind of looking at going, I don't know if you get both of those. It depends on how many people are actually playing for OKC. They've been pretty staunch about playing their guys so far. But maybe they decide to give guys a rest. I don't know. Either way, that's going to be a tough go. So
I don't like that at all, man. Because you know why? Because you have the chance to avoid a certain team that you don't want to see in the first, maybe second round. For you to sit your players for them to get that win can come back and bite you. a la
yeah, kind of.
all of the Sacramento
5.
Kings.
Yeah.
The Sacramento Kings 2 years ago, when they made the playoffs, had the chance to kick the Warriors into the play-in tournament. They chose not to. They sat everybody. The Warriors desperately needed that game. They got out and got it, and then the Kings got the Warriors in the first round. What did that lead to? A first-round exit.
By the way, I'm glad you mentioned that. The Warriors have done that twice. They also did that to the Mavericks back in the day, if you remember.
Yes. Yeah.
Where the Mavericks decided to sit them out and gave the Warriors the seed to get into that first round of the playoffs, because at that time there was no play-in. So that was literally for them to get in the playoffs, because at that time the Mavs were the number 1 seed. So and then it cost them. It cost them. They lost the series. That was the We Believe team. They lost the series.
You got to remember, you're going against a team that is fighting tooth and nail to get into this playoff spot. So the last thing you want to do is give a team with that momentum a chance to see you again in the playoffs with momentum after they just beat you in a game that to Dallas didn't matter, because they were already locked into the 1 seed, compared to the Warriors, who are fighting for an 8th spot. It took them to the last game of the year to get it. And now it's more intensified because you don't want to be in a play-in tournament. So you have to knock out teams that you do not want to have a chance to see in the first round. You have to.
I think OKC is going to have to play one of these play-in teams in the first round anyway. But like you said, it's the 4 or 5 seed that you're talking about in the next round. Yeah. But if you're the Lakers or any team really, the 4 or 5 seed is the place to be, because honestly, you will have to play the number 1 seed after that. But it's not gonna be easy to be that 3rd seed, right? It's not gonna be easy to be that 2nd seed, because the teams you're gonna play, you're either gonna play the Clippers, Minnesota, possibly the Warriors. Like those are the teams you're gonna have to play. Now Minnesota, I don't see them winning the playoff series, but the Warriors, you might have to worry about playing a team that has that much experience, championship experience.
Yep.
If you're a team like the Houston Rockets, right? So let's say the Warriors play the Rockets in the first round. I'm picking the Warriors.
Well, yeah.
And then that's your 2-7. Your 2-7 matchup.
And that's not even an upset when you look at it. When you look at the team that the Warriors bring out compared to the Rockets, that's not an upset. It's not at all if you look at it like that. Now people will say it is, but when you've watched enough basketball, you're like, that's the better team in the 7 speed. It's just, it sucks because you're playing against an older team, but you're playing against a team with the experience, and we talk about it. Experience is such a big thing when it comes to postseason basketball.
Absolutely. But who you don't want in the first round is the Denver Nuggets.
That's an automatic out.
No, you don't want the Denver Nuggets in the first round.
You're getting gentlemen swept out of the gym.
So I wouldn't want them. Warriors, y'all might have to play them. You never know. It depends on where you guys' seeding falls. If you guys stick in the 6th spot, you might end up against the Nuggets. I don't know. If you might want to be in a play-in.
We'll see how that lasts.
You guys play well against OKC. I guess you guys can beat the Rockets, but I don't see you guys beating the Nuggets. That's the one team I'm looking at that kind of might cause some issues for you.
Nah, I think we'll be all right. We'll find our groove at some point. But then again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong.